where you're watching from. My name is Bree. I'm the owner and artist of Upcycled by Bree, and I have a thrift haul for you this morning. A bit thrifted and a bit garage sale. Now, everything you see in front of me is already listed up on my site, upcycledbybree.com. I have dropped the collection down in the description box and in the comments. So if you see something you love, hurry, run over, grab it. And after you check out and pay for everything, then come back and hang out because items do go fast. Now I'm noticing I've only got a few people on this morning. Let me know who you are and say hi. But if y'all wouldn't mind, send this over to a friend, share it out if you can, and let's get this live rolling. So I have, like I said, a mix of garage sale and thrifted items. So the garage sale, I paid a $25 for everything. I got about 25 items, 20 or 25 items. So those averaged out to about $1. Things weren't priced. There we go. Ann is on and Rhiannon, good morning. Thanks for saying hello. I wanted to make sure my live was working because I accidentally scheduled it for next week to start with. And I noticed right before I went live. So at the garage sale, I got another one of these amazing baskets. There's 14 people. Now y'all are seeing me. Good morning. Last week, I listed one of these up. It was larger. It was painted green and it had the lid and it sold fast. This one is a little bit smaller, so it's not quite as expensive. I have it up at $34.95. I'll give it a nice little spray down today with my air compressor. I've got some outside chores to do and get all of the old dust off of it. But these lids are amazing. I find these baskets all the time. And the lids, this was a first. This one's got a little bit of breakage around one side over here, and that is pictured in the listing, as well as the sizes of all these items. Tracy's on, good morning. Lori from Minnesota, hey, hey. And then I finally talked him into selling me just the lid. There was another basket, it wasn't painted, it was kind of just meh, whatever. I really just wanted the lid. Last week he said no. This weekend he finally said yes. It's a little chewed up and decrepit right there, which is in the pictures, but of course I think that makes it better. And I thought this would make an amazing piece of wall art. It's got this little metal piece already attached to it right here. Hang that up on the wall, like with a wreath inside, or like build just a little floral swag going down one side. Awesome. Or if you've got a basket already and you want a lid, that works too. And this is $18.95 for the lid. A lot of people said this looks like a pie. That doesn't sell today. I'll probably pull it down and keep it for a little while. So if y'all want it, you better go get it. Not a threat. Just saying. I got this adorable little birdhouse at the thrift store. I went to Giving Tree this week because I needed boxes. So all my thrifted finds are Giving Tree. It was $2 and I have it up at $12.95. It is a working birdhouse if you wanted to use this as decor or put it in your yard. And it has an authentic chippy paint job. Somebody had painted it back in the day and it is just naturally weathered over time. You can just tell. I'm gonna take my air compressor and spray this guy out too. Ooh, Joan says she bought several of those lids and wrapped greenery, Christmas greenery all around them. That sounds really pretty. Marty, if you're watching, I saw you grabbed a couple things already. This is a paper mache basket. You said you were kind of into those. So I'm not sure if you saw this. This one is an interesting shape. It is a wire frame, so it's sturdy, but then it's like coated in paper mache. I thought was very interesting. It would look really pretty with some filler, lemons in the summer, some pine cones in the winter. You know, you could switch it out. Or I was also thinking it would look pretty in a wall basket collage. Y'all probably hear a lot going on out there. There are people mowing. I live by an airport, so if it's picking up on the audio, I do apologize. But it's Saturday. It's a gorgeous sunny day here, so people are going to be out. In fact, when I'm done on my live, I'm going to grab a quick workout and go mow my grass too and get all that stuff out of the way. I figured if I dressed in it already, I would be more tempted to do it. Anybody else trick their brain like that? So when I went to Giving Tree, the manager ran up to me and said, oh my gosh, I've got something for you. And brought me out 2 bags of wood pieces from the back. So this is a pair of raw wood candlesticks. I'm selling the set as, I'm selling the 2 as a set for $14.95. And they're hand turned crafting pieces from back in the day, just unfinished. Nobody ever did anything. You can see where they came off the lathe. But the possibilities are endless. Leave them raw wood if you like that look. Natural with a little bit of tung oil or hemp oil. You could add some texture with salt wash and give them a milk paint chippy finish. But I figured I would list them as is and y'all can choose. The other wood items I'm going to show you. Kathleen says, hey Bri, watching in Kansas City while I'm repurposing some items. It's beautiful in Kansas City. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to y'all as well. Thank you very much. I'm going to move my iPad. Sorry, it's on screen this morning. I didn't get my little table out. Anywho, in the bag were 4 of these wood finials. Now, this one has a little tiny, like, nick off the side. The rest of them look to be in pretty good condition. That one has a little merp too right there, but it doesn't really affect the overall look. They're chosen as is. These are sold individually for $6.95. So chosen randomly. You might get one with just a little off the edge there, but it's barely anything. I was going to sell them as a set, and then I realized only 2 of them were kind of dinged like that, and I was like, I'll sell them as salvage pieces. You could mount these on a little square piece of wood to add a little more significance to it, or you could just set it like this in a vignette. So cute. Add it to the top of a basket or a project and make it a lid. It's pretty big. It'd have to be like a blanket basket or something. Good morning, Kim and Sue. How is everybody? There, my friends. What's everybody up to today? And how's the weather where you're at? I'm curious. I'm so excited to get outside. Okay, so I did something a little different this week. Now that I've got a few people on, I'm going to show the tarnished silver. So this is a butter tray. Ooh. You know what? I just realized it's broken. I hope it didn't sell. Give me 2 seconds. This was from the garage sale. No, it didn't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and actually just take this out of inventory. Sorry. I wouldn't want to ship something that's broken. Anyways, I'll show you real quick. A butter tray. I don't usually see them with this little holdy thing on the top. The little holdy thing, the handle. Do you think it had a lid and it's missing? But look, it's broken right there. The little pointy part poked me. Darn it. That doesn't happen too often. I usually catch that. It's okay. Moving on. That came from the garage sale, so it hardly cost anything. I picked up these tarnished silver pieces at the Giving Tree. They were such good prices. Only $2 on this little tiered tray. And I have it up at $15.95. Everybody always seems to love a tiered tray. Aw, Kim has clouds and rain. I'm sorry. So what do we think about the tarnished silver? Y'all let me know. I got some good feedback on my reels and questions on social media throughout the week, but I want to know what everybody's thinking over here. These stem vases are gorgeous. They're listed individually at $10.95. Now, I have always kind of said I'm not the biggest silver fan. You know, it's not really my thing, but the more I look at this, the more I'm liking it. The patina on it. Is really, really pretty. I might consider next Christmas getting a little creative and trying some tarnished silver in my decor. This teapot is sold. Marty grabbed this up for $22.95. This came from the garage sale, so I paid around $1 for it. And it's pretty. It really is pretty. I just don't know why I don't ever really decorate with tarnished silver. I never really have. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I also need to do a little research so I can start telling the difference between like silver and silver plate. A couple of these items told me on the bottom. Okay, and here's another teapot. The guy was like, I know, or it's broken. Do you know that? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. I think somebody could add a really fun base to it. Or what if you used it out in the garden? Or what if you hung it from something and put some like flowy floral in it? I don't know, right? The DIY possibilities are definitely there. But I have this guy listed up at just $12.95. He's a little heavy. Look at his little spout is kind of chipped off there. I do love it. It is decrepit. It's got a little dent. Let me know if you're watching the replay, if you're on with me now, what kind of DIY would you do with a baseless teapot? And it's kind of a shame because I've got the sugar and creamer right here. No lid on the creamer, or no lid on the sugar, unfortunately. But I'm like, if I'm going to buy silver, I'm definitely going to buy it tarnished. You know me and how I like my metal. And like, who cares if it has a lid? Like, you guys know me. So I did pick it all up. $19.95 for this set of 2. Very, very pretty. So any advice or tips or requests about this tarnished silver, y'all just let me know. And here is the sugar dish that matches the teapot that Marty bought, but no creamer. Oh, it's so close. And this one does say silver plate on the bottom, and it's listed up at $10.95. So, stretching there a little bit, not something I usually buy, but I was excited to find them after I got some requests. And the last piece of silver is this tray. 99 cents at the Giving Tree. Great price, and I have it up at $19.95. I think I can get with it. I think I can dig the silver. More aluminum I found, a couple of little oval containers, selling these 2 as a set. Grabbed these up, it looks like from Major Thrift is the prices. I don't know, maybe these came out of my stash. $8.95 on this set of 2. I paid about $1.50. And I thought these would be really cute. Tiny little wall art. Like, what if you put some kind of floral in here and kind of made them look like a frame, right? Or kitchen art or something like that. And made these little ovals look like frames. I thought that would be cute. And aluminum is selling really well for me. I got a comment, please do not cook with aluminum. So I'm assuming that it's not safe for cooking. I don't cook with stuff like this. I just use it as decor. Canning funnel, $8.95. These sell really well for me. Anytime I find them, I grab them. And a little pewter creamer. Paid 99 cents for this at Giving Tree. It is up at $8.95. So lots of silver this week. We'll see how that does. This silver bird did sell. Marty grabbed this with the teapot for $12.95, and I paid $2 for her. She's actually ceramic. Painted silver with like a pretty silver leaf. So maybe this silver is growing on me. I sold a pair of little silver birds last week too. Enamel candlesticks. Y'all, have you ever seen these before? I haven't. These came from Giving Tree. Alyssa picked them up, dropped them off on my porch with a little box of goodies. I have them listed up at $44.95. Sorry, I'm like mesmerized by them. Let me show y'all. I've seen them a million times now. All the good chippiness off the bottom of that enamel. You've got some cracks through the top of the enamel. And that is a blue edge. It's pretty dark, but it's definitely blue. Good morning, Tiffany and Emily. How is everybody today? Another spoon lot here. These came from the garage sale, which means they've been in storage boxes. They've been rained on. They are good and decrepit. This is a curated spoon set F up at $12.95. You get 6 pieces. The wood on this is a little bit warmer toned, if you are worried about that. Okay, thank you so much, Connie. She says, most silver is silver plated, but if you come across anything that says $9.25 or you think it's solid silver, it's worth a lot more. So do your research. Thank you, Connie. That's kind of what I was afraid of. Like, I put all of this stuff at very like moderate prices because I didn't think I had anything too fancy this go round, but I want to make sure that if I do find something fancy, I'm aware. Sorry about my hair. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. Summertime. Gotta love it with long hair. Tiny little brass spittoon. I sold one of these last week that was quite larger. This one's about 4 inches tall. Great patina on it. This came in my porch donation drop-off bucket. It's got good patina. Did I just say that? It's $9.95. The patina. Those spots over there are my favorite. So a little bit of brass, mostly silver this week. Sorry, I skipped this. This is a roped brass vase. It is $9.95 as well. I think I got a couple of those in inventory. Kim says, oh my, about those candlesticks. Aren't they gorgeous? Little wood trinket tray. Pick these up usually whenever I find them. I liked that this one had the little handle. Everything's cuter with a handle. And it's actually a plastic handle. I thought it was brass. It fooled me, but it's a nice durable plastic. It doesn't look cheapy or anything. Giftwood Incorporated. Permalabel, do not remove. Made in Tennessee. I paid it around $2.20 for it at the Giving Tree, and it is up at $9.95. Oh, Emily grabbed the enamel candlesticks, so they are sold. Thank you, Emily. And your copper canisters are on the way. We shipped them out earlier this week. Yahoo! $3.95 on this adorable little crockery jug vase. Such a cute little vase for just like a single stem floral. I have a lot of that growing around right now in people's yards, and I love to just clip one or two, not from other people's yards, from my own yard or from your own yard, and put them in tiny vases around the house. Having fresh floral in the home really makes it feel like spring and summer to me. Cute little tan duck. This guy has like almost the natural like whitewashing in his glaze. So he's not getting painted. He's perfect just as he is. And he is $9.95. And then these were porch bunnies. And I have found little felt bunnies and critters before in the past, but most of them are plastic. These guys are actually ceramic underneath. They're little blue eyeballs. I just love them. They're felt or velvet or whatever is in really good shape, not peeling off or missing. And they are $14.95, of course, for the set of 2. No way we're splitting them up. I've been sitting here petting them all morning as I listed things. They're super soft. I'm keeping 2 things this week. They're both from the garage sale. Hey, Jody, finally caught alive. Welcome. So I haven't cleaned these yet, but I'm keeping this little Santa mug. Look at his old paint. I feel like I put my camera in the same place as always. I think my table is pushed really far back. His paint is so good. I've been wanting, last year I said I was going to start a little collection of these Santa mugs. This might be a mistake. And I think he's going to start my personal collection because I never did. So I'm keeping him. There we go. That's better. Kind of. We're a little crooked. It's fine. And then this trivet. My house is small, no mansion for a millionaire, but there is room for love and there is room for friends. That's all I care. I'm going to need to glue it back in there. I find lots of trivets and I haven't ever kept one for myself. Emily's been trying to find vintage Santa mugs. Emily, are you wanting yours in a little better condition, I'm assuming? I wondered if I listed him, if he would have even sold. Probably, because y'all like decrepit stuff like me, but I was hoping to find some in better condition for a good price this summer while I'm garage sailing. We're manifesting that. How cool is this? Mr. Shaving Mug. Now, I did a Google search at the Giving Tree when I found this, Obviously, it's missing its little foaming brush, but you could definitely buy one of those on Amazon. Father's Day, obviously, is a little bit a ways away, but you can always shop early. This would be a really fun gift. $19.95, I paid $3. Any condition, says Emily. Okay, if I decide not to sell this one, I'll shoot you an email, but I think I'm keeping him. But I got you, girl. I'll find some, and I won't be too greedy. I don't have enough room here to have a bunch. I do have a couple little shelves in my kitchen. I think they're 24, 30 inches long, so I want like 2 or 3 on each side. Woo, orders coming in. Thank you, guys. Squirrel salt and pepper. These are modern. They're not old. They're made in China. Oh, I think, in fact, they have the Target bullseye on them, maybe. But they're $8.95. Fall is after summer, and I know squirrels are popular in the fall, but they're also popular all year round. At least when I list them. Alyssa brought me this fancy brass snuffer. There for a while, I was finding these left and right. Like, it was kind of becoming funny. And haven't found any for a couple weeks, but this one's really pretty. I love the scrolly detail on it. It's got some carving in it. There, that camera angle is better. $12.95 on this guy. I'm looking at the screen and I'm noticing I have quite the farmer's tan. I don't even know how that happened. Even it out a little bit today. Y'all don't laugh at me. Oh, goodness. Cute little brass taper holder. Now this one, I got it. I don't always pick up these little single taper holders, but this one has the carrying handle, which always catches my eye. I just think they're cute. It's like the vintage flashlight, right? You carried your little candle around. And if literally you lose electricity, these are handy. And they're cute. Speaking of cute, we have a little bunny. He showed up on my porch with the others. I look gorgeous. Aw, thank you, dear. I showered yesterday and then went to sleep on my hair and woke up and washed my face and brushed my teeth. You know, I haven't worn makeup for like 2 weeks. I was going to put on a little today. I had some extra time and I was like, I'm about to work out and mow. Who cares? $4.95 on the bunny. If y'all search bunny or rabbit on my site, pretty sure I listed up his friend last week with a little mismatch. So there's the possibility that you could have 3. And y'all said keep shopping for bunnies, so I have. I don't always pick up these little brown cheese crocs. Usually they're really high priced. This one came from the garage sale, so it was only $1, but it had the break out of the lid, which is what made me want it. In fact, if you scoot it over just far enough, you could fit a little bit of like a greenery stem down there and like have some like greenery flowing out of it. That would be kind of cute. But I like when things are broken, so I grabbed it. I listed it at $9.95. Another trivet from the garage sale up at $9.95. This one, it looks like it's going to be a little more functional than decorative, but it does have some good patina on it if you wanted to add it to like a wall collage. Those are cute on the wall. Now, this guy had a ton of tins. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of like a recurring garage sale all summer, and he's literally just around the corner from me. It's amazing. But he has a ton of tins. Are y'all interested in tins? Next time I go there, next time he's open, I can take like a little short video, make a short form reel or something with a poll. But I didn't pick them up because I didn't know how well they'd sell. I did get one last week. It was honey and it sold. So I went ahead and picked up this one. It's Swift's Silverleaf brand, pure lard. I liked it because of the colors. Look at that blue. I'm not even a blue fan. It reminds me of Blue Iris by DIY Paint. It is gorgeous. But some really pretty colors. And then the teal, I have a feeling this is kind of maybe a faded blue. Or maybe it was always teal. But it's pretty. I love advertising. I love metal. I love rust. Hey, Elaine, she's late, but she'll watch the replay. No worries, dear. I'm finishing up the haul here, and then I'm actually going to do a little painting this morning, too. I didn't have a very big haul this week. It was smaller. I did more shipping and content creating than shopping this week. I needed a little shopping break, but I'm ready to go again. And speaking of that, I will have an edited video up tomorrow night. I did use a kind of a newer color for me. It's Butter by Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. It's yellow. And I did 6 projects. All I need to do is voiceovers and add the music to have the video finished up. But all the projects sold but one. So by the time the video goes up, only one thing will probably be left for sale unless it sells today or tomorrow. Anyways, it's fine. I just was trying to sneak peek at them. I didn't know it was gonna happen. A couple of metal industrial drawers. There is some wear on these. I did have that in the picture. They're $12.95 each, and you get luck of the draw on which one you get. I grabbed these from, oh, these came from an estate clean out actually that I did on Monday. That's another reason I didn't shop so much. And I listed up a bunch of books and vintage tools from that estate sale too. So if you go check the website, make sure you scroll back a few pages. Anywho, these were free. They're $12.95 each. Rockwood Estate Sales, again, a big thank you to them for letting me come and pick leftovers after their sale. Ooh, a marshmallow tin. I didn't even know that was a thing, Kim. Marshmallow fluff? Or did marshmallows used to come in a tin? Pardon me, 1 second. Doggo was scratching. Okay, a couple more little things here. I have a gold, I called it a gold planter. Great rust. Look at that rust. This came from the garage sale too. $8.95. It's not super thick or anything, but this would make, it is actually, you know what? It is kind of thick. It would make a really great planter. You could even stencil or a little vinyl on it. Zhuzh it up a little bit, especially at $8.95. This came from the estate clean out. $28.95 on this cutting board. I think, I didn't put it in the listing. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I contemplated sanding it and refreshing it. I kind of like it the way it is. If you wanted to refurbish it, you totally could. It's got a ton of life left in it. But I kind of like the patina. And what I really love about it is the little hole in the corner. So I grabbed that. These came from the garage sale, green enamel plates. Yep, Marty, I got you. Came from the garage sale. I laughed really hard when I turned them over. These were Dollar General back in the day. Can you believe that? There's 2 of them. They're $8.95. It's like Dollar General had green enamel. Can we bring that back? Here you go, Marty. Marty grabbed this bird, and it's ceramic, Marty, and it's pretty painted silver with like a silver leaf on it. She's a cute little thick thing. Okay. Industrial, excuse me, drawer B. Again, this one has a little something right there. I did clean them up though. This one would be really good for a centerpiece on a table, and it is the same price, I do believe, $12.95. Measurements of all these things should be in the description. Marshmallows came in a tin. It says something about campfire marshmallows. Okay, Kim, let's do that. Let's find some marshmallow tins. Always grab oil cans when I see them. These came from the garage sale. He just keeps pulling out more and more stuff from storage. So I paid around $1 each. This one is $12.95. It'd be perfect in a 4th of July vignette. That pretty blue. And then you have these two. They are $14.95. This one says Eagle on it, made in USA. And this one is plain, but it's got a really cool tip on it. And then this one is my favorite. It's actually a funnel. Coleman filtering funnel, number 0, made in the USA by Coleman Lamp and Stove Company, Wichita, Kansas. Patent applied for. And he almost looks copper. I think it is. Anyways, I love these oil cans and they sell like crazy. Okay, 2 more things, 2, 3 more things. This little guy I'm going to glue before I mail him out. but it's just an adorable little handmade note holder. $3.95. Another cute little thing for Father's Day or Mother's Day. It could hold a recipe as well. I can't get it to you by tomorrow though, sorry. And then these brushes. All these brushes are popping up out of nowhere. I have done a video on these brush displays that I made. This is a Symphony faux finishing tool, so who knows what kind of brush it was, but I thought it would be really cute for a DIY project or a vignette. Or it looks like it's still got some life left in it if you want to go that route. $6.95 on the brush. Okay, so that's my haul. Again, not very big this week, not even quite 50 items. Oh, tiny chair. These are popping up everywhere now too that I started bringing them up. This one was, I think a porch gift, and it's $9.95. I've got a bigger one up too. Y'all can have a big and a baby. These with a little succulent on them. Oh, my heart. I want to take my bedroom back boho so bad, but I've already got it halfway redone, so there's no going back now. Okay, so that's the haul. Again, if you're just hopping on, everything's up upcycledbybrie.com in the Shop the Haul collection. Last week when we were on, we were talking a little bit about the cottage colors and a fun trick you could do with them. And I said, I think I told Paige that I would show her on the video this week of how to do it, and then I forgot. And I used milk paint instead. So I figured we'd do it live because it's easy. So I've got these little shelf corbels. These are already listed up on my site. Oh, good. Ann Lucy picked up that chair, and she's going to put a succulent on it. Thank you, Ann. That makes me happy. Ann, I shipped you a bunch of stuff this week, too. Julie just did a video with these recently. She added a little bit of wood to them and made them into bookends. And I've done that before with like fence wood and a ruler, just making fun little corbels out of these shelf brackets. So this one has really, really good texture on it. You can feel, or you can kind of hear my fingernail go over it. I'm going to use the cottage colors. And it's a one-step paint. It's already got the built-in sealer. It's by DIY Paint. But I have a trick that I learned actually on accident with the heat gun that you can make it look like authentic chippy milk paint. It's not the recommended way to use it, FYI. But that's what we're gonna do. So I figured I'll start one here with white because white corbels are gorgeous, and that dark wood underneath I think will be really pretty. And then I got out the vintage pink too. Y'all let me know if you've tried the cottage colors before. I know Jamie and Zeb are in the works of coming out with their new colors, so I thought this would be a good appropriate time. I use my Klingon brushes with the cottage color paint since they have that built-in sealer. These brushes are a lot easier to clean than the DIY brushes. And I've just got an F30 here. It's a flat brush, not too wide. After I use it, I'll just stick it in a cup of water overnight, and this paint will like fall out tomorrow morning. So the coverage with the cottage colors is not quite as thick as the DIY clay-based paint. I'll probably need to do 2 coats. With the DIY paint, I could probably get away with just 1. But that's still pretty good. So with the clay-based paint, afterwards I would need to seal it up with a top coat or a wax. With the cottage colors, there's no need for that. So if you're a maker, maybe you're getting ready for some shows this summer, some markets, and you're needing to crank out a bunch of products fast, this is a great option for you. Or maybe you're thinking about gifts, wedding, and maybe bachelorette gifts or something, a big fun event coming up this summer. Yahoo! Is it Remy or Remy? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Just placed their first order. Thank you. Now these have some metal brackets on the back. With my industrial vibe, I thought I might leave them on there and see how they look, but with the look I'm going for, it might not work. So we'll see. Kim's used it and she does notice you have to apply extra coats. Yeah, for sure. So if the extra coat thing worries you, I try to think about the fact that I'm saving time and product by not having to use a top coat. But it's just personal preference. I was worried about these in the beginning because I like the way that the DIY paint works. So I was like, I'm kind of skeptical, but I'm going to show you. So I've got the paint on. I'm going to use my heat gun and kind of start to dry it just all over the way I'm supposed to. But then in a couple spots, I'm going to hold the heat gun on it too long and work on trying to create some bubbling. And it'll bubble because it's got that built-in top coat. Hey, Jazz is here. I'm on the big screen, girl. Don't look at my tan lines. I'm using some cottage colors on this, Jazz, and I'm going to do that my heat gun trick with it. I'm such a neat painter. Jackie, don't give me too much credit. I have a little bit of practice. She says she gets it everywhere when she paints. Okay, so I'm going to just dry up this first coat regular here. And then I think I'm going to need to do a second. You jinxed me, Jackie. A second coat. A second coat to get the effect I want. I'm just kidding. You didn't jinx me. I'm just proving my point. So if you let the cottage colors dry and cure up for a week or two, I don't think that this will work, the sanding that I do, because the longer it sits, the harder it cures. It's okay, Jackie, I'm just teasing. But if you do it right away when the paint is still freshly dry, that's when I've always done my little trick. I think my other neighbor is mowing now. Yeah. She finished. He started. I thought about bumping my lives up an hour in the summer to 9 a.m. Let me know what y'all think about that. I've been very proud of myself for being so consistent with a 10 a.m. on the same day for so long. So maybe I shouldn't change it, but I do know that in the summer people get busier and days start a little sooner. All right, so I've got that first coat mostly dry. Now I'm going to go on with the second coat. Again, if you're using these cottage colors the way you're supposed to, I would give those coats a couple hours in between. Let them dry up really well on their own. In fact, if it's your first time using the cottage colors, I probably wouldn't use a heat gun at all. Like, unless you're live or whatever, I would just let this dry on its own since it's got the built-in top coat. I'm very spoiled with my DIY paint. The fact that you can dry it so quickly. If you notice, I don't use Sweet Pickins milk paint on camera a lot because the heat gun makes it chip so much. Kim's okay with an hour earlier. 9 a.m. would be great. Okay, cool, y'all. We might end up pushing it up just a little bit. We shall see. I'm an early bird anyway. I noticed like today I've only got 60 people on. Usually it's a little closer to 100, and I'm thinking it's because people are starting to get busier. Kids are going to be out of school, all that stuff. Emily asked why most creators use wax instead of top coat. Emily, I think honestly, in my opinion, it's easier. It doesn't drip and run. You don't have to worry about bubbles. There's lots of different colors of wax, and you can create a much more unique look with it, in my opinion. Jackie said that's 7 her time. Okay, I didn't think about that. That could be getting a little early for some people. I'll let y'all know a couple weeks in advance if I do end up changing it. Yeah, the only time I really use a top coat is on furniture when I can spray it. Because I don't like it. I know there's a place for it, but yeah, I don't really. Since I'm not doing as much furniture, I mostly just use wax now. When you're using a milk paint, a liquid is much more likely to reactivate the milk paint and cause more chipping. So if you have a milk painted piece that's already more chippy than you'd like, don't liquid top coat it. Make sure you use a wax instead. Another little tip for you. Okay, so I've got most of this like evenly dry here. It got a little goopy right there because what was underneath wasn't dry yet. I don't care for this effect, but again, that's why you don't usually heat gun a top coat product. So now I'm gonna take that spot where it's too goopy and I'm gonna hold my heat gun on it too long. Hopefully y'all can see from there. Notice how it starts to cause all those bubbles. So I'm gonna let it bubble up like that, and then I'm gonna move away from that spot. And I'm gonna do that in just a couple spots over the piece randomly. So this is what you don't wanna do normally. I did it on accident the first time, but it ended up being a very happy accident. And I'm just going to show you one side here, and I'll finish the rest up off the camera since it's a lot of heat gunning. It's kind of boring. And I do have an edited video with this too. So now we've got these bubbles, so now I'm going to let it hang out for just a second and cool down. I want the bubbles just a little bigger. The bigger the bubbles, the more chipping. Elaine, this is a Wagner heat gun. It should be in my Amazon shop. The link to my Amazon store is down in the description box. And this is the second one I've had. I've been doing this for what, about 3 years or so now. The first one gave out after probably a year and a half. And this one is still kicking. Good morning. Did you just wake up? Yeah. Okay, this is still really hot. Let me let it cool down for a second. My 11-year-old preteen, 11 going on 21, just woke up. It must be a nice life. However, though, I did take a nap yesterday, a really long nap. It was like 4:30 to 8 p.m. And then I got up for an hour and like took the trash out and stuff. And I went back to bed. I was sleeping. Hey, Ashley, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Can I cool it down this way? If you try to sand it when it's too warm, it'll just get goopy. Okay, so now this is what we're looking like. We've got these bubbles. They're dried up. It's cooled off a little bit. I've got 220 grit sandpaper. I'm just gonna come around the table here. I've got long arms, but that's getting annoying. 220 grit sandpaper here, and I'm going to lightly sand right over those bubbles. And you see how where the bubbles were? Now we've got all the little dots. So kind of like with milk paint, if you've ever got clumps in your milk paint and you let it dry like that, when you go to sand it off, those clumps break off really well. There's a, whoops, dark spot right there in the middle. I burned the paint a little bit. So don't hold it on there too long. Isn't that cool? It was, like I said, it was a happy accident I discovered. If I sand over my little burned spot, it should probably come off. Yeah, Joan, I am almost done for the day. You probably want to catch the replay if you want to see all the good stuff and this really fun paint technique. Oh my gosh. Y'all, look how authentic that looks. So if you love these, again, they're listed. I'll go ahead and drop the link for you, because it was a while ago that I listed them. Shelf. Here they are, sold individually. They're $9.95 each. Y'all are getting a steal of a deal on that, especially now that I'm painting them. I wasn't gonna paint them originally. But since this Cottage Colors is so easy to use, it's fine. There's a comment I missed, hold on. I answered it either, Remy or Remy. Okay, I would say Remy. So anyways, I love this technique. So if you're not into milk paint, some people don't like it. They think it's a little too tricky or whatever, but you want a good chippy look. Here is a good alternative. This is not how the can says to use it, FYI. And after a couple weeks, I don't think that I could take this sandpaper and get this kind of chippy effect, since it's got that top coat that would cure. Isn't that gorgeous? Yay. So Paige, I hope that you caught the replay and that gives you a little idea of what the Cottage Colors are and how they were different. I think it was Paige, and if it was somebody else, I apologize. But I think it was Paige. Oh, I love that, and I want to keep these. All right, y'all, any other questions before I hop off of here? Joan, yes, I do go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, it looks like you're Central too. We just discussed like 15 minutes ago about maybe pushing it up to 9, but I'm not making that call today or anything. So 10 a.m. Elaine says, have a wonderful Mother's Day, y'all, as well. Whoever you were celebrating with, however you were celebrating, I hope it is a great day for you, and enjoy it. Anything else? Oh, edited video. That comes out tomorrow evening. I'm going to try to make a couple more of those risers before it comes out. But again, oh, no promises. Maybe I could use the Cottage Colors on them. Get them done faster. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, friends.